And we're live. Yes, we are live. Hello, everyone. Yes, it is Wednesday in the afternoon. It is our Hands Around the World healing session. And so welcome back to all of you who have been here before, and welcome to all of you who might be trying this out for the very first time. First of all, I'd like to say hello to my spirit guide, Grey Eagle, who as always is standing to my right side. We do have Kachuro on the sofa as well. He's sound asleep, but he's at least by my side, where he almost always is. He's sort of sound asleep, but we have him. And of course, we want to say hello to Michelle, who, as usual, is sitting on the floor once again. So, hello, Michelle.
Hello.
All right. So this is the time when we ask everybody to join us with our Hands Around the World healing sessions. We always connect at 11 a.m. Each morning. Wherever you are in the world, it doesn't matter what time it is for you or what time it is for me. If you can, at 11 a.m. your time, just stop what you're doing for at least 30 seconds, because that's all it really takes, and join with me. Think about all of the people that I have in my healing book. Think about all of the people that you might have in your healing book. Some of you are saying, what is a healing book? But if you want to know that, you can ask questions in a little while. Once we've done our healing session, we'll open everything up, and anyone who wants to ask questions can ask questions. So, but 11 a.m., if you think about me, if you think about all the people I have in my healing book and my healing list, and just join your prayers with mine. Again, it only takes 30 seconds. You can spend 5 minutes if you'd like to. You can spend 10 minutes if you'd like to. Any more than that is really just an indulgence. So try not to go overboard. Try not to do too much there. But please join with me and send healing to all of those who are on my healing list. And if you have your own healing list, please, add that to it as well. So what we do on this show is we have a little healing session. We then what do we do? Then we take questions. Then we have a story, and maybe I have a possible 2 stories. I'm juggling in my mind as to which one to tell you. I think I've sort of made up my mind, but we shall see. And then, of course, we'll have more questions. So I'll tell a story, then we'll have more questions, and we'll have fun. We'll enjoy the show. So as we're doing our healing, I must ask you all to not, I know some of you are itching, your fingers are itching to get to that little chat room. If you cannot find the chat room, it should be on the bottom right-hand corner, at the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, and the word chat. A lot of people have said we don't know how to get in. You click on the word chat and it will take you straight to our chat room. And then you just sort of type in your question, and we will endeavour to answer any questions that you have. We also love to have comments from people, so please feel free to make any comments that you like. For those of you who are involved in healing, either wanting healing, giving healing, sending out healing, or both, because you can do both. We'd love to hear from those of you who receive healing today. Let us know how it makes you feel. Let us know how you're feeling over the last few weeks that we've been doing these sessions. And if you don't want to do that on screen, you can also do that. If you would like to, you can do that on email, Rosemary at rosemaryaltea.com, and you can just send us an email. If you want to be on our mailing list, please, you have to request it. We will not automatically put you on our mailing list. So you have to say in the subject line on your email, whatever it is, email, healing, consultations, books, if you want to know how to find the books that we have, or the meditation CDs that we have, all of that stuff. And we are working towards getting our CDs on iTunes. Michelle, how is that going?
I've got everything uploaded to the computer in the MP3 file, and now we have to figure out how to get it loaded into the stores.
See, we don't know, we don't really.
We're learning as we go.
Do we know?
We are learning as we go.
We're learning as we go. So very soon now, you'll be able to, at the click of a button, we'll call it a button because everything is touch screen these days. But at one little click, you'll be able to go into either iTunes or one of those others. What are the others that we have? I mean, I don't know.
Amazon Music, Google Play,
See,
iTunes,
all of those.
Spotify, and there's one more, but I don't remember.
Okay, so all of those areas, and you'll be able to, with one little click, you'll be able to find all of the meditation CDs and also a couple of the books that are also on CD. So please, 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 be patient with us. And again, if you want to be notified of those things, you just need to email me, again, rosemary@rosemaryaLtea.com, and put in the subject line what it is that you're curious about or what it is that you'd like to talk to us about, and we can get to you pretty quickly if you do that. So, all right, so let's first of all, are you sitting comfortably? This is what, when I was a tiny little thing, my mother had the radio on, or the lady who took care of us would have the radio in the afternoon. I think it came on at 1 or 2 in the afternoon, and the lady would begin by saying, "Are you sitting comfortably? Then we'll begin." And then she would tell a story for the kids. But we're saying, "Are you sitting comfortably? Then I'll begin," because we are now going to do our healing session. So you can sit in a chair, back straight, feet firmly on the floor, on the ground, and your hands palms upwards on your lap. You can also do this lying down if that's how you wish to do it, but always keep your hands palms up in a receiving position, please. So we're going to use some visualization techniques. We've done this before, and so today I would like you to sit quietly, begin breathing gently using your solar plexus, and if you can, close your eyes. And some of you I know have already got your blue blanket around you. Some of you have done this before. So you can either, in a physical sense, wrap a blue blanket around you, or you can close your eyes and visualize a blue blanket being wrapped around you, nice and warm and cozy. The color blue is very significant of healing. The color blue is the international healing color, and so you can visualize that blue being wrapped around you, that blue glorious energy. Or if you find it easier, and I know some of you do, then you can just again close, keeping your eyes closed, breathing nice and easy, nice and steadily. You can visualize God's hand above your head with a huge jug of liquid, healing energy, which is being poured down through your head and down through into your crown chakra. And you can visualize that liquid sort of flowing into you, flowing through you, and filling your body, filling every little part of you, filling you up until you're totally filled. And anyway, so you can choose any of these visualization techniques, or you may want to visualize a blue butterfly coming to you and bringing healing to you, or you may want to visualize lying on beautiful green grass or on a beach, gazing up at the sun, the blue sky, and that beautiful golden sun giving you heat, bringing you warmth. Any way you would like to visualize will work. So let's get ourselves settled and choose our method of visualization. Some of you may not even want to visualize. Some of you may just want to just sit quietly and listen to me talking to you and listen to my voice, which will then calm you and steady you to a point where you'll be able to receive this healing energy that we are going to send out. So before we do our healing, before we have our healing session, of course, we have to, I always like to say a prayer to God, to that God force, to that universal God energy which is out there for us to use and for us to tap into. So, dear God, please allow me as a healer, allow us to be a part of your healing process. Allow us to join our energy with yours. Allow us to join our energy with that universal God force which is out there, that universal healing energy which is out there for all of us. Allow us to experience it, allow us to be a part of it, allow us to participate in the healing process. And of course, as always, dear God, I will to thy will. We will, all of us who are participating, we will to thy will. We say this last. I hope you're sitting nicely. I hope you're in a receiving position now. I hope you have your eyes closed and are prepared to receive this beautiful healing energy. But we say this last, dear God, I will to thy will, because God really knows what is best for us. We might think we do. We might think that we know what is best for those people that we perhaps are sending healing to. We perhaps think that we know best what it is that we need. But for these few moments that we have our healing sessions, I'm going to suggest that you put aside your own wants and your own needs, and you hold on to your faith and you hold on to your trust and live your faith and know and believe and understand that God is the one who knows best what it is we need. So, dear God, I will to thy will, we will to thy will. Whatever God decides is going to be the right thing for us. Breathing now through our solar plexus, breathing in that blue, 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 glorious healing energy that is around us, that surrounds us. We've already talked about the aura, the energy field that surrounds us several feet around us. Breathe it in. Breathe in that energy. Breathe in my energy. If you'd like to, you can visualize that I'm standing right behind you with my hands on your shoulders, sending you healing, giving you my healing, infusing you with my healing energy. Breathe in, bringing that energy right up and into the lungs, and holding, 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 and letting go, breathing, let go, let go, let go the energy. See if you can feel that flow of energy as it flows down your arms and out and through your palm centers and out through your fingertips. And now again we're going to breathe in once again. We're going to breathe in. Remember, your palms are up in a receiving position, so this blue energy can flow through your palm centers, your palm chakras, right there in the middle, right in the center of your palms. You can receive this blue, glorious blue healing energy. Breathe it in through your solar plexus, this chakra point that is turning and spinning and drawing in this energy. Take it from wherever you can and breathing it in, fill yourself up, filling up, filling up. And when you feel so filled, and for those of you who are visualizing the energy flowing down and through your crown chakra, allow yourself to be filled until you are full and you can't be filled anymore, and then very slowly, very gently let go, breathing out like so. Allow the energy to flow through you to every part of your body. Feel it swirling around, feel it feeding you, feel it feeding your soul. Because healing is about feeding your soul above and beyond anything else. When we feed our soul, and our soul has that food and that nourishment, that joy, that love, that healing energy, then all of that flows through the rest of us and touches every single part of our physical self. Letting go, feeling that energy flow out, 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 out through your palm centers, out through your fingertips, down your body, through your body, out through your toes, And let's try again. And breathing in, visualize the blue blanket, visualize the liquid flowing through you, through your crown chakra, through all of you. Let it flow, let it build and build until you are filled with that God force, that you are filled with that healing force, that universal God force. And letting go again, and allow the energy to flow through you. Allow it to swirl through your entire body. Feel it flowing out through your fingertips, out through your toes, out through your palm centers. And let's try this one more time. Calm yourself. Center yourself. Using your solar plexus, breathe in. Gather that energy. Visualize sending my energy to you. Visualize my energy combining with that God force, with that universal healing energy that is out there for all of us to use. Visualize it flowing through your body, touching every single part of you. Visualize the flow. Visualize the warmth of that healing energy flowing through you. Visualize my standing behind you with my hands on your shoulders, or my hands on your head. Allow that energy, my energy, combined with that God force, combined with that universal God energy, allow it to flow and to move through you. Let it touch your soul. Let it touch your heart. And in this moment, feel free and joyful and touched by God. Still with your eyes closed, let it work for you. Breathe it in. Fill yourself with the joy and with the love of God as this healing energy flows through each and every one of us, as it emanates out into the universe, as it joins with that God force, that God energy. Let it touch you. Breathe it in. And let it flow through you and out and out and out throughout your body, out through your fingertips, and let it flow. Now take your time. You don't have to sit up straight immediately. Take your time. Wait for your eyes to open. If you want to sit there for a few more minutes with this glorious energy, you can do that too. For those of you who are not watching live, for those of you who may doubt that how can this work? This isn't live. Thoughts are living things. Our thoughts are like tiny pulses of energy that go out into the universe. So when you're watching this, when you're experiencing this, if you're participating and doing this exercise, you are connecting with that universal God force, that universal power, that universal healing energy that is out there for all of us to use. My energy joined with the energy of God, joined with the energy of all of those who are participating in giving freely of their energy. So whether you are watching this live or whether you are watching this recorded doesn't matter, because it will work. It will work for you. So be greedy. Gobble it all up. Take your time. Enjoy it. And let the energy, the healing energy that is around you, flow through you. You can do this on a daily basis. You can join with us 11 a.m. your time, wherever you are in the world, to do this. Or you can simply, if you're sitting on your own at night and you want to just have a nice calm drink before you settle down and go to sleep for bed, this is a perfect way to get you to go to sleep, because you can do your exercise and then relax and climb into bed and just fall into a peaceful, wonderful, healing sleep. So, all right, I know there are a few comments or questions, so let's hand over to Michelle. How are you doing, Michelle?
Okie dokie. It's been pretty quiet, but I also put on there to refrain from asking or making comments during the thing. But I just opened us up for comments and questions.
So get on with it, everybody, because if the minute you start commenting, the minute you stop commenting, the minute you stop asking the questions is the minute I quit. That means we can leave early, right? It doesn't
We
have
still
to
have
be
story time first.
We do have story time, but I'd like a few comments or questions, or I like to hear how people experience the healing, or if they have something to say, or if they have a question.
Kay just joined us.
Good. Hi, Kay. I take it this is Kay Warburton, who is an amazing healer, and she's of course she's one of my students, but she is an amazing healer. She lives in England, so if anybody out there wants to meet Kay or to have Kay give her healing, she'll be available. And if you want to know more about that, you're going to have to email me, aren't you? And ask about Kay. Do we have any questions yet? No comments, no questions, no nothing.
I have a hi all. Hello all from Simon. Other than that, it is very
Simon.
Quiet today.
Right then. All right. Well then, I guess it's story time. At this point in the show, I do like to tell healing stories, and I know that a lot of you like to hear those stories, and a lot of you actually prefer to hear the stories than to participate in the healing. So which story to tell you? There are a few, but I once was in New York City, and a group of people had gotten together, and they'd asked me if I would come to this group, this meeting, to basically answer questions for people who had questions. The whole evening was organised by a colleague of mine, and this meeting was for people who had lost siblings, or had lost people who were very close to them. And the whole evening was recorded. It was an amazing evening. It was stunning. It was beautifully done. There were candles everywhere. I think, again, we come to that issue of people do think that we have to work in the dark and just have candles or dark places where we connect with the spirit world, which isn't actually true. But we did have a wonderful time. There were a wonderful bunch of people, and that in itself was a healing experience for all of those who I was able to make connections with their loved ones. However, there was one in the group who was there. He'd actually lost his daughter. She was killed very tragically. She was murdered, in fact. And the evening ended. Lots and lots of questions from everybody. It was a very spiritual and a very moving evening that we all enjoyed. Anyway, a couple of weeks, maybe 3 weeks later, this one of the the men who was there, the one who'd actually his daughter was murdered, somehow got a phone number of a friend I was staying with, because he had a very difficult question to ask me. He was calling to ask if I could help him. To cut a long story very short, it turned out that his son was dying of AIDS. Being, I think, a Catholic family, this young man, who was probably 17 or 18 years old at the time, was terrified, because he'd been told by, I guess, the church or whoever, that because he had AIDS and because he was a gay, that he was going against God, and he was going against everything that God had taught us, and that he would therefore go to hell. And he really felt and absolutely knew that this was true. So his father called me and said, "Rosemary, I don't know what your belief is. I have a feeling, though, that whatever your belief, I think my son would benefit from talking to you. Would you mind if he could have a conversation with you?" And of course, I naturally agreed. Now, this boy was so very close to dying, and he in fact only had a few weeks left. So he talked to me about the terror of, let's say, not conforming to a particular religious belief. He talked to me about the fact that he couldn't help being gay, but there were all these people around him who said that he was evil because of it. There's a big thing going on now at the moment. I know I'm seeing people tweeting this, that and the other about the gay communities. I have quite a few friends who are gay. I've never looked at them as anything other than just nice people. I have girlfriends and men friends who are gay. I don't look at them as anything other than, the rest of us. They are people who make choices, and sometimes making choices sometimes can be very difficult, because and especially in years gone by, those choices seem to be against society, and often people thought against God. Now, I thought that in this day and age that we were all sort of over that. We all were more accepting, more understanding, that being gay was it was not a choice. It was who you were, and so what? But apparently there's a big issue brewing again in the gay community, because apparently people are not nearly, or there are many people who are not nearly as tolerant as it would seem that society has become. So I thought this was a good story for that. So here I am with this young man who is I think he's around 18 years of age. He's dying of AIDS, and he's terrified because he went against society. He was told that he went against God. He was told that he made really bad choices, and because of those choices, he would end up in hell. Luckily for him, and for me, actually, I had already spoken to many, many, many people, gay, not gay, people, just ordinary, everyday people, who I'd spoken to in the spirit world, and amazingly, not one of them was in hell. Amazingly, every one of them had been accepted into that beautiful God force, enfolded into that beautiful light that we all hear about, that we all talk about. So I was able to, with this young man, to say to him, I've never met anyone who's gone to hell because of their religious choices, because of their religious beliefs. because of their, because of the, unless you sort of have done something really wicked and really awful. And I know there are people out there who think that being gay is wicked. Well, get over it, because it isn't. And I'll stand up and say that, to anyone. Being gay is actually not a choice. Being gay is who you are, the same as being a medium is not a choice. It's who I am. And there are many people who condemn me for that choice as well. So there are many people who think I'm going to hell. And let me assure you all, no, I'm not, and no, you're not. You're not going to hell unless, and who knows if there is really a hell, because sometimes I think there is, that hell is what we're experiencing here on this earth for many of us. So I was able to talk to this young man, and I was able to talk about, the fact that his choices were not evil. They were not against God. They were simply choices that, he chose to be who he was born to be. And through my conversations with him, and I had many conversations with him, through my conversations with him, healing began to take place with him. And again, we've said this before, healing isn't necessarily a laying on of hands. Healing isn't necessarily doing the exercises that we're doing. Of course, that helps. But healing is simply a question of listening and accepting people for who they are. So what if they don't make the same choices that you do? And who knows if that's, the right or wrong. It's not our place to judge. So I was able over the next 2 or 3 weeks to give this boy peace. It's called healing. Giving this boy peace, helping him to learn to accept and to understand that who he is okay. It's right with me, it's right with God, and it should be right with everyone else. I also suggested to him that he should read The Eagle and the Rose, which he did. And towards this latter stage, he became blind. So his family took turns sitting by his bedside and reading The Eagle and the Rose to him. And every time they finished the book, he'd say, again, read it again. And this also was such a healing, such a wonderful healing process for him, to know and to understand that there are other people who are different, to know and understand there are other people who are going through the same or similar difficulties, making choices, not necessarily about, their gender, not necessarily about their religious beliefs, but other choices that people make. And knowing that each and every one of us goes through a complicated life. We make choices that aren't always right, and I personally thank God that he is not standing there with a big axe over my head judging me for some of the choices that I've made in the past, but rather he stands there with gentle eyes, looking at me and understanding that I am simply human with my human faults and failings. Eventually, we had some wonderful conversations, this boy and I, and every time I spoke to him, of course, I was sending him my energy, I was sending him my healing, and over the period of days and weeks that he had left, you could hear it in his voice. He was accepting himself, which is the biggest thing. He was accepting that it was okay to be who he was. He was accepting that it was okay that he made his choices. He was also accepting that he was not going to go to hell, and rather he was going to be taken by his angels and lifted gently and carefully out of his physical body and taken to a place of light and love and joy. That was healing. He actually, at the end of all of this, when he finally passed, he actually had requested that the eagle and the rose should be buried with him in his coffin. And the family asked my permission. You don't need to ask my permission. You don't need to ask anyone's permission. If you feel that something is precious to you and you want it by your side, whether it's in your coffin or whether you're walking with it every day to work, or whether it's just sitting on a bookshelf ready to be read by you when you feel like it, then do that. I was very humbled by the fact that this family had gained so much, because it was not only the young man who had healing, it was his father watching his boy become calmer, watching his boy more accepting. He became calmer. He became much more able to support his son. He became the parent that he'd always wanted to be, but was often not allowed to be. And his entire family were healed in the process of this boy dying. It's a weird thing, isn't it? We think of healing as not dying. We think of healing as surviving. When we think of, I want to be healed, I want to heal myself, we think that must mean that our physical body has, sort of righted itself, adjusted itself, and we can go on in this world of ours. And sometimes it does mean that. But healing is first and foremost a healing of the soul, of the spirit, to bring light and love and joy to the spirit, which is the energy field that surrounds the soul. Healing is watching the families of my patients as they grow calmer, as they grow more accepting, as they stop fighting the impossible and they accept the inevitable, but they do so with joy and peace and harmony within their lives. Healing comes in many forms, but healing is all about love. It is all about tenderness. It is all about giving. It is all about joy. That's my story. Do we have any questions, comments, issues, anything going on here?
We have a comment.
Yep.
From Joe.
Hi, Joe.
And she said, it's my first time joining healing session. It really seemed to put me in a different place. She has a lot going on medically, also stressed with dog rescue and mainly the loss of her husband last year, along with the loss of her son in 2006.
Oh,
The minutes took me away while receiving, and I went to a different place, and I appreciate the help.
I'd like you to try it every day if you can. Give yourself healing on a daily basis, and the more you give, the more you have healing, the more receptive you become to it, and the stronger that healing becomes. So please, just keep us posted on how you're doing, darling. My prayers go out to you. My healing thoughts go out to you too. Thank you for sharing that with us. Yep. Anyone
Arma
else?
is on.
Who?
And she said, Arma?
Alma?
She said, thank you. My daughter's in the hospital. It's perfect timing.
Oh, please let us know how she's doing. Again, please email me, Rosemary at rosemaryaltea.com. Put in the subject line what it is you'd like for us to help you with, and we'll do our best. But please let us know how she's doing. I very much appreciate that if you would.
I did ask her for the first name too, so we can add her to the healing.
We're going to, of course, we'll add her to, and you too, to the healing list. Very often especially when our children are sick, we're sick with worry, watching them over them, taking care of them, and so on and so forth. Our children are precious to us, as are our grandchildren. It's Reese's birthday today, 7 years old, and they called me first thing this morning, so like 6:30 this morning the phone rang, because I want to be there when he's opening his gifts. I want to be there when he's opening his birthday cards, and I'm going to pick him up from the airport, woohoo, on Saturday. So that's my birthday gift. Isn't that nice? Right. Keep it going. Anyone else? Any more comments?
Wendy said that this is the most peaceful she's felt all week.
Hi, Wendy. I'm so glad.
And she said the dogs have all okay into peaceful sleep to okay.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's very funny, you know. Animals are so receptive to healing, and you know, very often when I'm doing healing sessions, if I have a patient here and I'm giving healing, hello, baby boy. He just woke up at that precise moment, just popped his head up to see what was going on. But very often, animals will just go into that space and take that energy and completely just chill out, and as Kachuro has now done again, they just are just receiving what we're giving to them. So I'm glad, Wendy, that you're feeling more peaceful. Good.
Mary's on. Mary
Hi,
said,
Mary.
happy birthday to him.
Oh, thank you, darling.
And Marcella is on. Says, hi, Rosemary.
Hi,
Thank you for
Marcella.
all the healing. Please include my son David with back surgery.
Okay.
And my
certainly.
brother Dana, whose kidneys have failed, and he's having a hard time with it.
Oh, all right, darling. We'll put them on the healing list. Absolutely.
That's it.
And that's it.
That's all I got right now.
Okay, then. Well, that's it then. I think we shall finish there. We hope that you enjoyed today. Again, if you would like healing, please email us, rosemary@rosemaryaltea.com. If you want to know what else is going on with us and you want to be put on our mailing list, you must, I cannot emphasize this enough, you must ask, please will you put me on your mailing list. You will then get emails about 4 or 5 times a month. We're not going to be inundating with the emails every day, that's for sure. But
make sure you tell the people who are on our mailing list to watch out, because our webinars are becoming more and more concrete every day.
yes, we're actually at the point now where we think we've found a forum for our webinars. We're setting it up. Michelle is actually doing that job, setting it up as we speak. She's been on the phone or on the computer, got back and forth with this particular organization that we're hopefully going to be dealing with. So very, very soon now we will be offering seminars and or should I say webinars. I should say webinars, right? Because it will be all on the computer and you can join from anywhere in the world. And if you would like to know more, if you'd like to be put on the list of people to you know, you want us to let you know what's going on, please email us, join our email list, ask to join the email list. That way you'll get information as it's coming in, and let us know if you're interested in the webinars. Our webinars, we're going to include so many different aspects of my world. We're going to be talking, for instance, I'm going to give you a list of a few things that just come off the top of my head. I'm going to be showing you how you can connect with your power symbol or your power animal. I'm going to show you how you can connect with your sixth sense. What is it anyway, that sixth sense, and how do we connect to it, and what are we supposed to do, you know, and is our sixth sense different than our 5 senses, and so on and so forth. So we're going to have a webinar about that. We're also going to be talking about angels, and we're going to be talking about spirit guides and all that kind of stuff. Can you think of anything else we're going to be talking about?
Did you mention chakras?
Oh, I'm going to be discussing chakra points. We have 7 main chakra points, and then dozens of others. I can't say any more than that because then I'll be giving too much away and you won't want to watch the webinar because you'll have heard it here or before.
And our
But
power animals.
we're going to be... Well, I can tell you that we have one person who's very excited to know how to connect with her power animal and her power symbol, because we have one of each. And that is Michelle. She's desperate to know, how do I connect with my power animal then? What do I have to do? But there are so many facets of this subject, so many different things for us to try, so many different things for us to learn about. So we're going to try to make our webinars available you know, we're not going to be charging hundreds and hundreds of dollars for them, because, you know, we'd like to make them available as much as we can to as many people as we can. But if you are interested in those, or if you have a subject that I've not mentioned or thought about that you would like for us to connect with as a webinar, please let us know. We are going to be talking about mediumship. I'm going to be telling people how using, well, I'm not going to tell you what, but we're now going to talk about mediumship and how I came into my mediumship and how I could tell the difference between what is real and what is not real. How do you do that? And so on. So these are going to be a series of webinars where, you know, they're going to be educational. We're going to hopefully make them fun. I'm also going to talk to you about power boards. What is a power board anyway? Do you know what that is? No. Do you know what it does for you? No. So we're going to be having some exciting topics. Again, if you have a topic that you'd like to learn more about, or you want to know more about, you're interested in joining our webinars, which are, you know, they really are coming very soon now, because in the next, I'm going to say at least the next 2 or 3 weeks, if, you know, don't hold me to it, we are going to be starting them, because Michelle has been working really, really hard, and we think we've now discovered how to do it. It'll be a little bit of trial and error, but we'll have fun in that as well. So if you want to know more about that, or you want to join our webinars, or if you simply want more information about our webinars coming, please email us. Again, I'm going to give it to you, Rosemary at rosemaryaltea.com. And again, if you sort of like a topic or a subject, please let us know, because you know, I want to, obviously I want to talk about things and to have seminars about things that people are interested in and fascinated by, as I am. Do we have any other comments or questions?
Our friend Sharon is
going?
on.
Hi, Sharon.
She said, Joanne and I are listening to you in the car. We love your stories.
Oh, good. I'm glad about that. Oh, good. In the car. You see, this is the joy, isn't it? You can be anywhere in the world and connect in on these things. And it's the same with a webinar. Our webinars are going to be basically around 2 hours long. We're figuring, to begin with anyway, and it would be nice at some point down the road to have just imagine an all day. Just imagine if we did an all day seminar, just like we did in the old days, with live audiences. We'd start at 10, go to 1, break for lunch, and then go back till 5 o'clock. I'm not sure we can do quite that, but we'll start with the 2 hour seminars and see how they go. And we're looking forward to that. Again, if you want to know any more about consultations, if you want to know about healing sessions, and yes, we are going to do our webinars on healing as well, of course. If you want to know anything more about the books that we have available, or how you can get the books that I've written, or anything else. Can you think of anything else, Michelle?
Well, Tanya says that she can't wait to join our webinars.
Good. Well, you have to email us, or you have to be on our mailing list, because that's where we're going to, you know, put it out there to let people know. And of course, in the webinars, we're hoping, and we think we can work this out. We're hoping that it will be audience participation. You will have an opportunity to ask questions. So there'll be a teaching session, and then there'll be questions and answers, and all of that stuff will be going on. So that will be such a fun thing for us to do. But it will be dealing with very specific topics, so that you can really get an education from these things. So we're hoping that you're going to enjoy that aspect. Again, email me if you want to know more about anything that we do. Email me, rosemary@rosemaryaltea.com. We shall be back tomorrow morning, that is Thursday morning, at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We're going to have the Spirit World Sees All, where you can again ask questions, and we'll do our best to answer you. And and I know that 1 or 2 of you have been saying, can we have more stories? So we might even tell a story tomorrow, not a healing story. We might tell, I don't know, would you like a ghost story or something like that? Who knows what we'll be doing tomorrow. But if you'd like to join us, it will be 11 a.m. and you can connect with us on our YouTube channel, or you go to, if you're on our mailing list, Michelle sends out the link to everybody, and you can click on the link and just join us just like that, right? And also, let's see, tomorrow is Thursday, so it's my busy day. We've got Everything is Attitude, which will begin at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you have a subject or you'd like to participate, let us know. I'll be doing that with my co-host Al Pisano. And students, get ready, because class night is 9 o'clock, so get ready for that as well. So tomorrow's my busy day. All right, so if you need to know any more, again, for the very last time, happy birthday, my darling boy. That isn't the final, what I wanted to say. I'm going to be saying that all day today. I'm going to be saying that all over the weekend when they're here, playing in the pool, chocolate cake, I don't know, lots and lots of food, maybe some ginger chicken wings, who knows, ribs. Where he's having a second party on Sunday, and there's some kids coming to play with him in the pool, so that'll be good. And getting off track here. In the meantime, till we see you again, please, if you want to know any more about us, email us, rosemary@rosemaryaltea.com, and please have a very, very blessed rest of the day, and thank you for joining me, everyone. God bless you. And that's it. Oh, no, it isn't.